Does it tweak your skull when the moon is full?
Let's go on an adventure. Hello and welcome to Capricious Conversations. Thank you for joining us today. Tomorrow, really.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Is a full moon, and
Full moon.
while the general scientific position is that the moon has no effect on people, as a teacher, I heartily disagree.
Yeah,
and
I would say the general layman's position is that's bunk.
I defy you to find a teacher who does not wholeheartedly believe in the moon's effect on children.
Oh, absolutely.
And I guarantee you that you could go into any school and a teacher will know when the full moon is, not by watching the seasons of the moon, because who has time for that, but just because of their students' behavior. Like today, for instance, the few days before a full moon, the day of a full moon, and the few days after are generally kind of rubbish.
These are just off the chain.
And today, the entire school was wonked, and it was like, it was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
Well, you know, the doctors and nurses say, and policemen say too, that during a full moon, and they don't just say, I mean, there's records for this, arrest rates go up, hospital admissions go up. Generally in nursing homes, people tend to act up more, even if they can't see the moon. There's more instances of people kind of freaking out during full moon time. So, you know, we being 70% water, you know, the moon affects the tides. It's kind of affect us a little bit, you'd think. Even, you know, whether science says so or not. There's still a lot of things science doesn't know. Like, they don't know why we have, like, colds. So, you know.
Also, it has been scientifically proven that the cycles of the moon do affect sleeping cycles.
Yes, they do.
And so around a full moon, people tend to sleep either more agitatedly or they sleep less.
Yes.
Than during any other phase of the moon. And so, as a teacher, I can totally see how less sleep or worse sleep totally has an impact on my kids. Especially because I teach special ed, and any little change in their routine is like big news.
Upsets the apple cart. Well, knowing that, then I have a little game for you to play tonight. It's all moon questions.
Okay.
Okay, and here's the thing: I have 7 questions.
Okay.
Okay, if you can get 4 or more of them right, I have a special Christmas prize for you. But if you don't get them right, then you don't get them right. There's no punishment. Maybe I'll wear the Christmas prize. Yeah. Oops, I said wear.
It's a wearable
What could
thing.
it be? Okay. Anyway, so here's the deal. This is time to play the moon game. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So some of these are going to be multiple choice. Some of these are going to be true false.
Okay.
You have to separate the riff from the raff.
All right.
All right. In ancient times, almost every culture used the moon as a timekeeping device. It's great. It's regular, has a discernible pattern, and it's easy to see. In fact, the moon is so regular that it actually led to the creation of the modern calendar. Due to the lunar cycle, every month is guaranteed to have a full moon. True or false?
I know that there's 2 calendars, okay, and the Julian calendar.
There's actually 4 calendars.
Well, right, but so the Hebrew calendar and the Julian calendar are both lunar calendars.
Yes.
Whereas the Gregorian is a solar calendar.
Plus there's the anodal, synodal, sidereal, and adireal calendars.
I'm gonna go with true, though.
You gonna say true?
I think there is a full moon every month.
Actually, it's false. A full moon occurs every 29 and a half days. So February is the only month that occur without a full moon.
Ooh, sneaky February.
All other months are guaranteed to have at least one. All right, number 2. What is the supermoon? Of course, we recently had a supermoon.
Right.
Our local paper took an amazing picture of the supermoon over the mountains. I don't know that we have permission to show it, but it was beautiful. Look up Times Call supermoon, and just gorgeous picture.
Link in the description.
Yeah, link in the description. But anyway, so what is the supermoon? So is it A, the moon at perigee while the Earth is at apogee? Is it B, the moon at apogee while full? C, the moon at perigee while full? Or D, the moon full after a heavy Thanksgiving meal?
Well, So apogee probably has the same root as apex, which is the top, the point. So I'm going to say the moon at apogee while full. Was that one of the options?
Yeah, it was moon at perigee while the Earth is at apogee, moon at apogee while full, moon at perigee while full, or the moon full after a heavy Thanksgiving meal. And you're going to say the moon at apogee while full.
Yes.
All right. Oh, you are so close, though. It is the moon at perigee while full. Perigee is the closest point in the moon's rotation to the Earth, and when it's full, it is called a supermoon, something that only happens every 30 some odd years. And they say the moon is brighter during the supermoon, but not really discernibly so, only by like 1.2 lumens or so. All right. So, you have to sweep the rest of this in order to win.
I thought you said I only had to get 4.
Yes. So you have one question.
I have one question buffer.
See? I just take care of the questions, not the scoring. Okay, that's how that works. All right. While the full moon may cause higher arrest rates and hospital admissions, it is also the biggest contributor to lycanthropy. What's the only way to become a werewolf according to ancient beliefs? Is it A, to get bitten or scratched by a werewolf? Is it B, to sleep outside on a Wednesday or Friday facing east while the full moon shines on your face whilst being naked? Is it C, to eat wolfsbane while intoxicated? Or is it D, to perform a druidic ceremony calling the spirit of the wolf into your body?
I don't know, because I feel like I've heard that it was being scratched or bit, but the whole sleeping thing was pretty specific.
Super specific.
But I feel like it's maybe too specific. I'm just gonna go with getting bit or scratched.
Getting bitten or scratched. Well, if you choose getting bitten or scratched, you would be going with the popular ideas. But are you sure that that's the correct answer?
Yeah.
Because you could change it.
No.
I mean, it might behoove you to change it.
But you've tricked me before.
Okay. So you're going to get bitten or scratched by a werewolf, and that answer is not correct. You should have gone.
Sleeping one?
It was the sleeping one. Apparently, if you sleep outside on a Wednesday or Friday, facing east, while the full moon shines on your face while being naked, you will become a werewolf. So, you know.
Just wonder, why and
ever,
when those things happen at the same time.
If you ever find yourself naked in the woods on a full moon night,
east, I guess.
Don't sleep facing east with the full moon shining on your face. That would be a bad time. Yeah. Okay. So now you have to sweep the rest of them.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I'll
Usually.
do very well.
All right. Animals hate the full moon. Which of the following is true? A. Cat fights are 35% more likely than on non-full moon times. Is it B. Dog bites are twice as common? Is it C. Cow attacks happen 5 times more frequently? And cows, as we know on this channel, are, people you don't want to mess with. Or animals you don't want to mess with. If you find a people cow, you definitely don't want to mess with it. Or is it D. Cats and dogs are 3 times more likely to live together, leading to mass hysteria?
That's funny.
Thank you.
Gosh. I don't know. I'm gonna say dog bites.
Dog bites are twice as common?
Yeah.
And that's the answer you're going with?
What was the third one?
Cow attacks are 5 times, or happen 5 times more frequently.
Man, I don't know. Shoot. Because twice as frequently as, 5 times as frequently is pretty big, but I feel like twice as many dog bites would be an awful lot of dog bites.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with cow attacks because it seems weird and maybe just right.
Boy, I would rethink that.
Dog bites?
Yeah. It's actually dog bites. Good job, Christina. Ding, ding, ding.
That's what I said in the first place anyways.
Yeah, dog bites are actually twice as common during a full moon time.
Dog bites.
Maybe it's because they're agitated because they're not getting sleep because it's too bright out.
Could
Who knows?
be.
But it is a lot of dog bites.
Interesting.
All right, so you got one right.
Woo!
Congratulations.
Yay!
All right, here we go. This is a true or false. The Lunar Society of Birmingham, a dinner club and informal learned society of prominent figures in the Midlands Enlightenment, met regularly between 1765 and 1813 in Birmingham, England. Incidentally, it's from this group that we get the word lunatic.
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah. The Lunar Society took its name from the practice of meeting during the full moon, as the extra light made the journey home easier and safer in the absence of street lighting whilst intoxicated. True or false?
There's a lot of intoxication happening around full moons.
Well, it's England. England seems to
Very
drink,
true.
man. They can put it away. Yeah. Wow.
There's a really funny show I like, and he says that English people drink like they don't want to live.
Yes.
I have yet to see evidence to the contrary.
Yeah. And your sister spent some time in upstate New York with some English people at a summer camp.
Yeah, drank her
And
on
she
her
said they
beer.
would go out and just get hammered. I mean, boy, up bright and early the next day ready for work. But that's not what we're talking about. The Lunar
Anyways,
Society of
Lunar
Birmingham.
Societies. I'm gonna say true, because I mean, full moons are pretty bright, and that seems to, yeah, that would make it easier to travel home.
Oh. You are correct.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, the Lunar Society of Birmingham held it on full moon nights because it was bright enough for them to get home.
And you didn't have to waste fuel, I guess, with like oil lamps and things like that.
Yeah. You could make it home.
Smart.
Walk home and
Smart.
have your way lit. So while you may have been inebriated, you were still setting it up so that you used your noggin a little bit. So that's good.
Guess it was like
Alright.
the responsible driving of their time.
All right, next one is also true or false.
Okay.
The moon also has a role in people's nuptial celebrations.
It really.
In fact, the word honeymoon comes from the fact that under ancient law, if you were married under a full moon, the groom's family had to provide you with enough mead or honey wine to carry you through to the next full moon. True or false?
I believe that one is actually true. I think I've heard that before.
Are you sure that it's true?
I'm fairly sure.
Okay, so you're going to go with true.
I'm gonna go true.
Unfortunately, it is false.
Oh, shucks.
The reason the honeymoon is so called is because it's named after the first full moon in June, and because that fell between the planting and harvesting of crops, that was the best time to get married. So that was the honeymoon, and that's when most people got married. So
Interesting.
unfortunately,
I don't win the
oh,
prize.
you are a question short of the prize. But you know what?
Shucks.
I'm a giving man, and I love you very much. And so, if you can get this last one right, I think we'll call it even, and
Okay.
you may still have an option to get the Christmas prize. All right?
Okay.
All right. So this is a multiple choice.
Alright.
The moon engenders, as we have seen in this episode, many misconceptions, whether from old wives' tales or popular myth. But what's the only misconception on the following list that is commonly accepted as being correct?
Okay.
Is it that the moon causes flooding at a higher rate when full? Is it that hunting under a full moon will make you either more fertile or more potent? Is it that the moon is made of green cheese? Or is it that while staring at the sun will make you blind, staring at the moon will make you wise?
And I'm sorry, it's one that's commonly held.
Only
true?
one of those is commonly held true. In fact, it's held true by over 37% of adults quizzed. 37% of adults actually said yes to one of these things that they believed
Okay,
it was
can you read
true.
them again?
Yes, I can, after I cough. Number one, felt that. The moon causes flooding at a higher rate when full. Hunting under a full moon will make you either more fertile or more potent. That the moon is made of green cheese. Or that while staring at the sun will make you blind, staring at the moon will make you wise.
I feel like it's either flooding or hunting. I'm gonna say flooding.
I'm sure flooding.
Don't say flooding.
I'm sure flooding.
Hunting?
I'm sure hunting.
Surely not green cheese. Are you for real right now?
I don't know. You have to answer the question. What could it be?
People think the moon is actually made of cheese?
Is that your answer?
Sure.
It is. 37% of adults quizzed, and believe it or not, this is absolutely true. 37% of adults quizzed believe the moon is made of green cheese.
It's not. It's
Not
made of
kidding.
rocks.
In fact, it's actually made of
Wow.
incredibly dense rock in some places. But Bug, it doesn't matter because you won the prize. Your Christmas
so-
prize today is
Ooh!
an
But
antler headband
headband.
with dingle bells on it.
You can like do my own musical accompaniment.
Not the
In my
Christmas
defense-
decoration for this week. I'm
No,
just going to
it's
point out.
not. And in my defense, it was a very, very long day with crazy students because it's almost
Because of a full moon.
So I'm very tired today. So I'm not playing at my best.
Well, and I
Right.
have been noticing a pattern in the lesson, so I'm structuring my quizzes to make them more difficult.
I see.
Yes.
So, anyways, yes, please do remember to keep an eye out for this week's new Christmas decoration on the set.
Somewhere around here.
Huge shout out to Mrs. Farquhar's 6th grade class, all
Woohoo!
of those dudes who watch. Remember to keep lists of all the new Christmas editions. Comment
Remember to
on
subscribe.
the 31st, and you will be entered to win a piece of amazing Chris merch.
Amazing, amazing Chris merch.
Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing, and thank you for sharing this video with all your friends. Let's go on an adventure.